Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Jameson, the unofficial drink of game day.
Doesn't it feel good just to hear the music, to get ready for NFL Primetime? See, says NFL Primetime, we got a big sponsor.
Got a new sponsor.
Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, welcome on ESPN Plus to NFL Primetime. I'm so glad to be back with you, pal.
Yeah, glad to be back for another year, Boom. Glad you'll have me back.
You know, well, it ain't me. I used to run the place. Those days are over. You know, one thing we know about football, every year, 14 playoff teams, right? Well, how are these 11 not going to get back in it?
Yeah.
Half of them change. Like, who knew the first Sunday of the year, we'd be saying the Chiefs are in last place and everyone's ahead of them. That's bizarre, isn't it?
Very bizarre, Boom. I don't think it'll stay that way for long, though.
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying it. And we would like to formally announce on NFL Primetime, we've had fun with it. You will not hear this except for right now for the end of the year. Lions? They're actually good, and we're not saying it anymore. Meanwhile, on to Sunday's games. So they played 57 Super Bowls. These two franchises won 11 of them, Pittsburgh and San Francisco. They both got big-time defensive players. Let's go to see what happened at, I don't care if it's not called this anymore, the big ketchup bottle. Nick Bosa signed on the field. J.J. Watt, the last two defensive players of the year facing off each other. Now, San Francisco right away. Kyle Shanahan's had all off season. How do I design Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel? And now I got Brock Purdy, who's back from elbow surgery, looking pretty good to Brandon Ayuk.
Great route by Ayuk. Purdy looks to safety out, comes back the other way, throws a dart.
And 7-0 San Francisco. They would just have control the whole game. Kenny Pickett had a big preseason, but Charvarius Ward makes the pick. Nice grab here.
Yeah, great job by Ward going up and getting that football. Kenny Pickett looked just a little off today, Boom.
Well, the Niner defense will do that to a lot of people, Boom, right? 10-0 San Francisco, 1st and 15. Deebo. Ooh, he looks a little sleeker this year.
A little slimmer.
Hey, I wish we could say that for all of us. Purdy from the 19th. Ayuk. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch.
Yeah, great job getting it both feet down, Boom, but even a better job controlling the ball, getting 2 feet in.
And he's in at 17-0 San Francisco. The first Steeler first down was 2 minutes left in the first half. This run by Najee Harris. That gives you a feeling for how it would go today. Then Pickett. Wait a minute. I thought you were here with me. That's Anthony McFarland Jr. This is the Booger Show. Then Pickett to Pat Freiermuth. Move. Maybe the Steelers are coming back. Not today. Early third quarter. McCaffrey, look at him. Dart, spin, move. Oh, my goodness. What he could be this year. He could go all the way. What a run for a touchdown. 27-7 San Francisco.
Really good run by McCaffrey, but he was sprung by a great block by Brandon Ayuk.
Now, early fourth quarter, Pittsburgh looking for something. 27-7. They weren't looking for this. Looking for Connor Hayward. Ball tipped by Fred Warner, who's all over the field, number 54. Talanoa Hufanga. Who the Fanga thought they were going to beat San Francisco the way they're playing today? 30-7. Mike Tomlin could only shake his head. Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, pretty good. Picking up where he left off last year after he was Mr. Irrelevant. The last guy picked in the draft before. They say he's a playmaker. Hey, off today, he's got playmakers. He looked good. The Niners rolled 30-7. Jeff Darlington with Brandon Ayuk.
Given all that Brock Purdy's gone through this offseason with his elbow, what did he look like to you in week 1?
Dog, that boy a dog.
It was a failure on our part in all areas. You know, we got to coach better. We got to play better. We talked about a lot of the things and worked on a lot of the things that unfolded in the ways that we didn't want them to. And so we go back to the drawing board.
Now, San Francisco title game a year ago. We know that Purdy got her, and wonderful scene. Maybe the greatest player of all time, Jim Brown, passing this summer. Nick Chubb carrying the flag, number 32. That's Jim Brown's son that he took the flag to. For the game, and they're playing arch rival Cincinnati. And guess what? Defense and offense for the Browns. That was Omo Okoronkwo, and the Bengals scoreless in the first half. Joe Burrow, they were shaking their heads. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson to Amari Cooper. Then Watson. Donovan Peoples-Jones at the Bengals 25. 17 seconds left in the half of a 3-0 game. Watson, he's in. At the half, Cleveland 10, Cincinnati goose egg.
A really good call by Kevin Stefanski, a design quarterback draw. And Watson, we know he's athletic. He can do that.
Now with the score 10-3 in the third. Watson looking for Elijah Moore. Trying to buy time. Yeah. Dax Hill picks it up, so maybe Cincy gets going. But I don't think so. You know what? I'm going to give you the numbers at the end of the game. The Cleveland defense, since he had no answers, Joe Burrow to T. Higgins, forget it. Grant Delpit, beautiful breakup. He couldn't delp it.
Really good play by Grant, the LSU Tiger. Burrow's got to throw that ball a little further down the field.
And the Bengals miss a field goal, now 16-3. It was, well, Myles Garrett, Joe Burrow, new contract, but missed most of the preseason injury. Myles Garrett said, sorry, fella.
2 guys on Myles Garrett. It did not matter. He sacked the quarterback a lot of times, boom. Another one today.
Yep, and then the ensuing drive, Nick Chubb. You saw him with the Jim Brown flag. This is old school football. Defense made Cincinnati look pedestrian. Nick Chubb, again, a 100-yard game. This is 11. He picked up 106. And then on the same drive, Harrison Bryant from Watson. They go for 2, they make it. So in the end, a big second half, the 2 quarterbacks hug, 24-3. Cleveland has beaten Cincinnati in Cleveland 6 straight years. And Coach Stefanski has the number over Zach Taylor. At this moment, very few coaches could say that, though as good as the Bengals have been. After the game, Kimberly Martin with Myles Garrett.
You talked this week about some of the disrespect you thought was coming out of Cincy. Did that add any little juice to this new defense you got going on?
Of course. I mean, when you're going into any game, you're looking for any kind of edge you can have and any chip on your shoulder. And they gave us just a little bit of bulletin board material, and we ran with it.
It's frustrating because I called they as elves, and we just lost to some elves. So I'm pissed on my part. I'm pissed on that end. Like I said, man, we got missed opportunities. We didn't capitalize on that. And we lost, so that's how we lost.
Well, so we have the Chiefs losing on opening night, and then we have the other championship team in the AFC last year, Cincinnati, losing big to their cross-state rival. First time since 2010 that the 2 teams in the AFC title game have both lost their opener. So on this one, Boog, I mean, it was both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it was a close game at half on the scoreboard, since he had 80, Joe Burrow threw for 82 yards.
Yeah.
Where do we go after that?
Well, I think you have to give credit to the Browns defense. We wondered what was going to be different. Deshaun Watson, another year in the system, but it was all about the defense. New defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, comes in, a lot more aggressive. Their coverage ability on the Bengal wide receivers up and down the field, that was the story of the game. We're used to Cincinnati and Joe Burrow throwing to those receivers down the field. They just couldn't get open because of the defensive coverage, because of the pass rush. This is a new Cleveland Brown defense. And to me, right now, until the offense and the quarterback get up to speed, that was the biggest difference today.
Right. And think of there's 6 first downs since today.
Yeah.
These are the Bengals.
Yes, the high-flying
right?
Bengals.
10 punts they forced them into. Third downs, 2 of 15. So it was entire defense. Like we said, Burrow and the Bengals, we felt an old school football with running the ball. Now, on to San Francisco. I mean, the Niners, I mean, they came right into Pittsburgh, and before you knew it was 20-0.
It was a business-like performance. It was almost as if they told us all offseason, we should have been playing with Philadelphia if our quarterback would have been there.
Right.
And we want to show you day one who we are, who we're going to be. Methodical on defense. Fred Warner, everybody, they got Bosa signed. Offensively, the physicality of the 49ers was there. Brock Purdy, the elbow is healed. It was a workmanlike performance. The more physical, the more fundamentally sound team showed up today. The 49ers, they're going to be a team to deal with all season long.
That defense is, we know what that is. Nick
It's
Bosa
outstanding.
played about half the game.
Yeah. Drake Jackson, 3 sacks today. So even though we're used to certain players making plays, Bosa just kind of weaved his way in. They had other players stepping up. When you talk about Greenlaw and Drake Jackson, very, very, very good defense.
Well, I also can't wait to see what they cook up with Debo, McCaffrey,
all season
Kyle
long.
Shanahan in the laboratory. Almost not even at Halloween yet. At any rate, now, for only the 5th time in football in NFL history, 3 or more rookie quarterbacks started on opening day. We're going to go right down the list because the number 1 pick, of course, was Bryce Young from Alabama. He's playing for Carolina. They were in Atlanta. Now, Bryce has won a SEC championship game there. He's won some games. But this is the NFL. And Frank Reich, who, of course, is excellent with quarterbacks, the new head coach of Carolina. But here's a new safety for Atlanta. Jesse Bates, and the Bengals are going to miss him.
No doubt. And Bryce Young will realize in the NFL, you can't be late across the middle.
Well, Bates had 2 interceptions on this day. Desmond Knight Ritter started the end of the year last year as a rookie from Cincinnati. Oh, this rookie, Bijan Robinson, top running back pick, catches, he's in.
Boom, watch him put that foot in the ground. They call it the stanky leg. Boom, put it in the ground, and then you take it back. He's going to be something to deal with all season long.
So Atlanta leads 7-0. Now, this is Young on 3rd and 8 to Jonathan Mingo. And the Panthers are thinking, you know what? Let's score here. And to Hayden Hurst. And there's history. Young's first. Oh, but there goes the ball. So you know what? The people down south are very nice. Even though they're on the road, they gave the ball back, and he got
Southern hospitality, Boom.
Very nice. We're tied at 7 at the break. Miles Sanders in the Super Bowl last year with the Eagles. He coughs it up. Originally called down by contact Arthur Smith challenge. And we take a look, the ball was out, huh?
Yeah, ball definitely out. Miles Sanders had some fumbling issues with the Eagles. They continue now with the Panthers.
All right, so now, this is what they drafted him for. Robinson, that's a big hole, and he takes it inside the 5-yard line. Now 4th quarter, but same drive. And this young man opened eyes last year. Tyler Algier, he runs hard. And he hits it under the pylon. The Falcons lead at 17-10. 5 minutes to go, same score. Play action. Kyle Pitts, another number 1 draft pick.
Got him involved in the second half. Not a single target for Pitts in the first half.
And 2 plays later, Algier, I'm in. Falcons in command, and they go on to win it 24-10. They haven't won an opening day since 2017. For Bryce Young on this day, well, you know, welcome to the NFL. We'll talk about all of them. 2 picks we showed you. There is the number, 146 yards. It all comes faster. Well, let's go down the list. Number 2 overall pick, C.J. Stroud. Houston at Baltimore. That's a tough place to open.
Very tough, yes.
And that's DeMeco Ryans, the new coach, because Lamar is back and John Harbaugh's Ravens. They know what they're doing. Stroud. Yeah, boy. Roquan Smith, sometimes you get 0 yards when you go against one of the many that's wearing number 0 this year.
Roquan Smith, 16 tackles, tied a club record for an opening day.
But I like it. Stroud complete to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it goes down in the books. Brett Favre did the same thing. Remember that? His career turned out okay. Zay Flowers, rookie, number 1 pick, Baltimore. He impressed on this day with no Mark Andrews.
Absolutely. They're going to give him the ball a lot in Baltimore.
Now J.K. Dobbins, they're so happy to have him back. News at the end of the game, not good at all, but that's a touchdown. 7-6 at the half. I'm just telling you, I don't know. John Harbaugh had probably a very sharp 30 seconds of talk at halftime because here they come. And Abuke hunts it down for the sack. Stroud loses 11. Then Lamar, who, new offense, still picking it up. But that's Flowers making defenders miss.
He can cut on the dime, Boom, and give you 9 cents change. They're going to feature him in this offense.
He caught 9 for 78. Then Lamar swings. Dobbins, but he's hurt on the play. And John Harbaugh said afterward, torn Achilles. The number 1 back, Houston. Baltimore, hurt last year. I mean, they have others. This is Hill punching it through. 15-6 after they make a 2-point conversion. Damian Pierce. Ravens said, you were good last year, not today. Turn it over on downs, that was 4th and 1. Hill, the Ravens could still do that.
They still have more backs, Boom. They line it up. They're going to still be physical, even with the new offensive coordinator.
That was on 4th and 1. Monken, the new offensive coordinator, they're going to be more vertical, but they can do both. Stroud, Ojabo, David Ojabo strips him of the ball, and the Ravens go on to win 25-9 with a big second half for Stroud. Again, all these youngsters show a little flash, but he's 28 of 44 for 242. We gave you the bad news on J.K. Dobbins. Now, number 4 overall draft pick for the Colts, Anthony Richardson. Athletic, we know that. 21 years of age, about one of the youngest ever to start in the NFL. Shane Steichen, new head coach with his new quarterback. But number 1 pick from a couple of years ago, Trevor Lawrence. To Calvin Ridley, he's back. Number 0, it's all over the league. But that's 6 points. 7-0 Jags. Richardson is in. He can do that.
Quarterback draw down on the goal line. He's going to be a factor.
7-7. Lawrence. Ooh, Zay Jones. What do you say?
One of the best catches you'll see all year, Boom. 1 knee equals 2 feet, touchdown.
Awesome. 14-7 Jags. Now we're into the third quarter. Richardson. Dump to the left of Michael Pittman. Pittman turns on the Jets. He could go all the way into the end zone, and the Colts tie it at 14. DeForest Buckner. Remember him with Niners? He's big with the Colts. Wait a minute. They don't blow it. He says, wait a minute, the ball's alive. You're going to have to see this again. Buckner hits Lawrence. Zaire Franklin pops it loose. The big fella says, I started it. I'm going to finish it. Let's take a look.
One of the best plays you'll see all day, Boom. Buckner beats the guard, the sack, the cause fumble, and then the awareness to scoop it up and score. It's a big man touchdown.
You big fellas love getting in the end zone. 21-17. Same score. 8 to go in the fourth quarter. Lawrence, Jones, they pick up 4th and 2. It was an interesting gamble by Doug Peterson. And it pays off because Bigsby's in for the score. And the Jaguars, well, they lead 24-21. Richardson, magic. Uh-oh, that's a nice pick by Tyson Campbell.
Sitting back in zone coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, and Richardson didn't see Campbell.
3 plays later, Travis Etienne hurt his first year, but last year we saw him, and this year looks awfully fresh to me. Touchdown!
You see why they made him a first-round pick, Boom. The ability to change direction and take it to the house.
31-21, Richardson gonna try to get, uh-oh! He's knocked hard at the 2 toward the end of the game. He's down. We'll hear about it in a minute. 3 Jags combined. He couldn't finish.
He got hit really hard, Boom. They said the knee was okay. He said he was fine after the game.
Well, that's a good thing to hear because, yeah, they were game. You see the Jags win it, although, it was not easy. Snap a 5-game losing streak at the drum as the Colts had, they'd done that. So Anthony Richardson, 24 of 37 for 223. Afterwards, Coach Steichen.
I thought he played solid. I did. I'll take fault for that interception right there. It was 2nd and 10 or whatever, and it was a cover 2 deal, and we didn't have a great route called there, and got to be better there. But I thought he managed the game well. Thought he, did some really good things. Really encouraged with his progress and what he did.
I was a little hurt, because I feel like we had it. We just got to clean some things up as an offense. I feel like the defense helped us out a lot. We just couldn't, do anything for them at the time, but. I felt good throughout the whole thing, and it's just something we got to learn from and just work on.
Look, 1 game, week 1, it's still summer. You saw the 3 play today. We'll evaluate them all year long. What'd you see, Booger?
Anthony Richardson, the guy who played the least amount of college football, played the best today. And it's because the head coach of the Indianapolis coach, Shane Steichen, they put him in the best situation. He completed the football. He ran the offense. He talked about the cover 2 route that he threw the interception on. It's because they didn't have anybody to occupy the corner in the flat, so the corner drifted back and got the interception. Bryce Young threw 2 picks. C.J. Stroud didn't throw a pick, but he took a lot of sacks today. So all these guys are going to learn from it, Boom. But I was so impressed with Anthony Richardson because the knock on him, he hadn't played a lot. But
Right.
It looked like he was a seasoned guy today, aside from the pick.
It's interesting watching the game in our room where we have a lot of football knowledge in there, and that doesn't include me. Alex Smith ended up sitting next to me.
Yeah.
He was in this role.
Yeah.
Started, number 1 pick, et cetera. What the first month I asked him to all these guys, he goes, it wasn't even the speed of the game. Of course, that's part of it.
Right.
He said it's the looks. It's, I used to run a spread, or I used to do, they're all over here. They're baiting me over here. They know I'm a rookie. The looks, more than the speed, he said, took him the most to get used.
And on top of that, Boom, what's open in the NFL wasn't open in college football. If you think about it, all right, college football, the receivers are wide open.
Right.
In the NFL,
Nope.
it's only a small window, and they have to get used to the openness in the National Football League. It's not going to be wide open like it was in college.
Yeah, real quick, and we touched on it. That's a tough injury for Dobbins with Baltimore. They're still built to run, even though they did something with receivers.
And Dobbins has been hurt. He was holding in for a contract. Stanley got hurt, the left tackle. I just want to see these teams like Baltimore and the Chargers, teams that have a lot of stars, stay healthy so we can see what their potential is.
You know how many times the Packers have played the Bears?
A lot.
This is the 207th time that
That's
they
a lot.
played today. I did not cover the first one, okay? Just so you know. They renewed acquaintances, and guess what? For Green Bay, no pressure on this young man, right? Because for 31 years, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers pretty much took every snap. In fact, Jordan Love, you're in there now. Good luck to you. For Romeo Doubs. Oh, look at Love's mom. Yeah, it's a first down. Go, Pack, go. It's in Chicago. Chicago figuring, look, Aaron Rodgers was 25-5 against it. It's got to change, right? Maybe not. Dobbs for a touch. There you go, 7-0. Packers, blitz. Justin Fields, swings. Well, he can do this. It's a nice run. It's a first down, Chicago. They get a field goal, 7-6. Minute to go in the first half. Love. Jaden Reed, he's wide open. Bears defense was not good last year, I'm being kind. Mason Crosby, remember, he's now gone. He kicked forever for Green Bay, and Anders Carlson, well, they changed the kickers too, and he's good for 52 yards.
Yeah, lucky Green Bay.
10-6, second half. Love. Oh, we're going the other side. Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got a head of steam. I don't think they're going to catch him. Not till now, 51 yards. Goal to go for the Pack. Jones, they can run it too.
They can run it, they can throw it. The offense picked right up, boom.
Yep, 17-6. Love, Aaron Jones in stride. They're not going to get him. Uh-oh, holding the back of his leg at the end. Good spirits, even though he did not return to the game. 24-6 Pack. Fields, Darnell Mooney. That looked good.
Yeah, we got to see more of that. Him in the pocket, completing the football down the field.
Do we have a game? It's 24-14, two-point conversion, good but Love. Oh, it's a fumble. Luke Musgrave, though. Oh, you fumble, so we all go to the ball? Uh-oh. I would say he's wide open. Then Dobbs, touchdown.
Ooh. They call it a perfect throw, Broom. Defender's back is turned, throw it up, let your receiver go get it.
Now it's 31-14. Miracle for the Bears against the Pack. Hadn't happened a lot lately. Quay Walker, pick. Not only a pick, zigs, zags, runs, scores. Which Quay are you going to go? We're going to go with that. He went that Quay. Packers blow out the Bears 38-20. So in this one, Love, look, the number's 15, 27, 245, but he threw 3 touchdowns, and the Packers, 9th straight win against the Bears. They are in Denver to play their new coach. Well, there's Josh McDaniel, and well, that's Sean Payton and Russell Wilson for the Raiders. It's Jimmy Garoppolo now. And how about Sean Payton starting his Denver career with an onside kick, but they recover it just like the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
He was 9 yards deep, not 10. So penalty. Bad news. Raiders get ball. Jimmy Garoppolo for Josh McDaniel. Davante Adams. First down Raiders. Davante puts him in good shape, 37. Jimmy G. Ooh. First down. Hit hard. Goes to the tent, but he comes back out. You just hope he can stay healthy.
Yes.
Because he wins.
Yes, he does.
Garoppolo. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown. Jimmy G, welcome to the other side of the bay. Well, except they're in Las Vegas. That's all right. I still think of them as the Raiders. Now, Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton. What kind of year will Russell have this year after last year was not what anyone expected? Wilson, Sutton, back of end zone, 5 yards. Wilson's thrown 2. Broncos lead 13-10 at the half. 3rd and goal. 3rd quarter, same score. Jimmy G buying time. Whoop. And, of course, somebody named Jackson is going to make a good defensive play for Denver. Kareem Jackson. It's Tom's cousin. Garoppolo. Hooper. Here we go. Raiders back moving. 8 minutes to go in the game. Garoppolo. Myers. Nice. Raiders lead 17-16. Jimmy G. Myers. Myers helped off the field now. Unnecessary roughness against the Broncos. And so with Denver had a chance for a stop, they're never going to get the ball. Garoppolo. Scrambling. They look pretty good on the ankle.
Just a really good job by Jimmy G. The Broncos are playing man coverage, got their backs turned. He turns and runs for the first down and basically sealed the game.
You know, he wins, right?
He always does, Boone. Just consistent, may not wow you, but he makes the right plays as long as he can stay healthy.
And the Raiders, they haven't done a lot of winning lately. Vegas, whatever. They've beaten Denver 5 in a row now.
That's something.
They got some work to do. For Russell Wilson, due for 177, despite 27 of 34. So short, there'll be better days. I had a feeling this would be the most fun game of the day, and we were right. Dolphins at the Chargers. 2 playoff teams last year in the AFC. Tua and Justin Herbert. Always will be compared. Drafted 5 and 6 a few years ago in the draft. Austin Eckler. That's a big hole. That's a bigger run. 55 yards down to the 9. 3rd and goal from the 1. Herbert. Donald Parham Jr. Got to have good hands there. Had it. 14-10 Chargers. Later in the second, Tua. Oh, look out. Because these guys can run, especially Tyreek Hill. Then, Tua. River Crackraft. They're on the ocean out there. River, I don't know. At any rate, 20-17. Told you this game was fun. 3rd quarter, same score. Joshua Kelly. Cuts inside. 14 yards. Next play. Austin Eckler. 1st down. Herbert. Oh, we fake it. And it's a touchdown.
The Chargers' offensive line was outstanding all day. They rushed for over 200 yards, Boom.
24-20, the Chargers. Now Tua. He's gone. If he gets a step on, he's about to have 4.
No one in the NFL can play him man-to-man. If Tua sees him one-on-one, just throw it up, Boom, and he will run underneath the ball.
27-24 Miami. Yeah, I'm here. Now Herbert says, yeah, but I'm here. To Eckler. This was so much fun. It's like most of the offenses were snoozing on this day because they hardly played in the preseason, but these guys were ready to roll. 35 yards into territory. That's Kelly. And the Chargers lead 31-27. Under 4 to go. 34-30. Dolphins trail. Tua. 47 yards. 3rd and goal now from the 4. Tua. We're going to see this all year.
The accuracy from Tua throwing the football where only his guy can get it. And again, we see the DB's head turn. That means I throw it to him. He can't find the ball. Touchdown.
And they missed the extra point, but Miami leads 36-34. 4th and 13. Herbert taken down by Jalen Phillips. And last year on this field, Herbert and the Chargers beat Miami. Miami turns it around. And they come in and they win 36-34 in a game with, like we said, 70 points. Tua throwing for almost 500 yards. And the Chargers feel their secondary, especially with the 3 guys rushing up front, with Joey Bosa, the poorer of the Bosas.
Yes.
Khalil Mack and then Derwin James back there, but it didn't work on this day.
They didn't get any pressure on the quarterback, Boom, and you got to give a shout out to Tua Tagovailoa. We've talked about him staying healthy all season, and we see why in game one. His ability to stay alive in the pocket and be accurate throwing the football down the field. He's not going to wow you with a strong arm or deep balls over the top. He's a ball distributor, and today his elusiveness in the pocket, stepping up, allowed Tyreek Hill to uncover, and he was pinpoint accurate down the field. This Miami Dolphins offense, if he stays healthy, they're going to be almost unstoppable, because they are faster than any team in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And you saw that today.
Yeah, and what do you do? It's zone, man, somebody's going to get beat.
It doesn't matter, especially if you can't get pressure on the quarterback.
But you hit it right. Tua underestimated by a lot.
Yes.
On short passes.
Yes.
Which those speedsters could turn into that. And he throws a nice deep. It's the intermediate ones. I'm not saying he's not good at it. Those are the ones, when he gets that down, look out. You agree?
Very much so.
You agree? Well, nowhere to go but up for Arizona. They are in Washington at what was once FedEx Field, where you absolutely positively have to get there overnight. That's the new coach, old defensive coordinator Philly, that's Jonathan Gannon, and Eric sleeping with Bieniemy, the new offensive coordinator for Ron Rivera in Washington. Sam Howell, second-year quarterback, North Carolina, gets hit late by Kaiser White. There's a scuffle.
Yeah, there's a scuffle. Anytime you hit the quarterback, Boom, everybody's going to come over to protect him. I get it. I understand. Everybody's summers are great. Let's play football.
Now, Howell. Ron thinks he's good. He moves. Yep, and there's a touchdown to Brian Robinson Jr. The Commanders lead 7-0. First minute, second quarter. They're up 7-3. Howell, pass, tip, and pick by Zaven Collins. Cardinals? They kick a field goal at 7-6. I mean, look, if we're retiring the Lions, we still got to use a few, right? Howell, look out. Dennis Gardeck gets the sack fumble. Oh, Thurston B. Howell over here. That's not good. Cardinals lead 13-10 at the half. I love this name, especially when it's still hot all over the country. Montez Sweat.
Yes.
Josh Dobbs, a Cardinal for all of 2 weeks, starting quarterback, fumble. Darren Payne, Washington could bring it up front.
Sweat had maybe his best game as a pro coming off the edge.
And now Howell. Thurston B. Howell. Lovey, I can make it in the end zone. He's from Gilligan's Island. I know I'm dating myself, but it was a great show. And he's in the end zone. Commanders lead 17-16. Dobbs, fumble snap. Sweat knocks it loose. Abdullah Anderson recovers. So this is whoop, and then whoop, and then whoop.
Yeah, Dobbs has only been there a few weeks. Boom, mishandled a snap, but great job by Sweat not allowing him to recover that football.
And Commanders lead 20-16. That was the new owner, Josh Harris. New days at Washington. Dobbs, well, they almost pick it off. The coaches shake hands. Commanders go on to win 20-16. Howell up and down, but due for 202, and you saw the run that he made. Arizona sacked. They did sack him 6 times.
Yeah,
Arizona was all right.
Arizona played really good defense. Your concern is on the offensive side, having a quarterback in Dobbs be your starting quarterback only after being there a couple of weeks.
So, you might have heard Tom Brady was back for one day just to say hello. Oh, in the rain, he's ringing the bell anyway. He's a Patriot for one more day, and they're playing the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. Mac Jones, ball tip. Darius, big play, Slay. Jukes, jives, scores. How many times have we seen him do it? Always a big return.
We've seen it a lot. Kendrick Bourne has got to catch that football, but Darius Slay, Johnny on the spot.
70 yards, Philly leads 10-0. Whoa, that's a strong throw by Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith. The Eagles missed the extra point, but going to be a laugher. 16-0. 30 seconds to go in the half. Jones. Oh, but this time Kendrick is Bourne again. He catches it. It's a touchdown. We have a game, 16-14.
Really good route by Kendrick Bourne to free up, and Mac Jones hit him, Boom.
Under 4 minutes to go. It's 25-14. Jones to Bourne again. Yes, again he catches a touchdown. 2-point conversion after a holding penalty. They're going to go for 2. Down 25-20. This will cut it to a field goal, but it doesn't. But they're within 5. Now Philly, 1st and 10, home 27. Hurts. He can run. Oh, he's nailed. Jabril Peppers forced it. Marcus Jones recovered.
Really good job by Peppers coming up and putting a hat on the football. It's undefeated. Boom, ball out. Eagles lose it.
So under 3 to go. Tom's in the house. Does he have part in a miracle watching it? Mac Jones. Hunter Henry drops it. Short of the yard to gain. The Patriots turn it over. Then Eagles, 2 minutes to go. Hurts. That's broken up. Eagles give it back to the Patriots. Do they have the magic? Under 30 to go, but it's 4th and 11. Looking for Kayshon Boutte, initially ruled a completion, but then they go, wait.
Only got 1 foot down. Boom, you got to drag that back foot. The rookie will learn. This is National Football League. You need 2 feet, not 1.
He was trying to, do I sing it? Shake your booty. Come on, it was a song. At any rate, the Patriots were game, but Philadelphia, see, the NFC 2 championship game teams, they both won. So Philadelphia goes into New England, wins 25-20. Quick turnaround for them, right? Their Thursday night home against Minnesota. So Tom in the building. Patriots didn't win. Tom leaves Bucks. They can't win, right? In Minnesota, Justin Jefferson, Vikings. And they honor the late, great Bud Grant, who died during the offseason. Yeah. Their Hall of Fame coach took them to 4 Super Bowls. Kirk Cousins. Moving on up to Jefferson, first down. Later in the drive, the rookie. Jefferson's got a running mate in Jordan Addison. 7-3 Vikes. Could be like last year, right? They're going to throw up a lot of yards. They're going to score some points. They're going to win tight games. Baker Mayfield starting this year for Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, still there. Said, we're not doing it. No contract now, but he's still there and catching touchdowns. Cousins. Jefferson. 42 yards and a first down. A few plays later. But Tampa can play some defense, can't they, Booger? Like your years. Like the Leroy Selman years. Christian Isian runs it back.
They bent all day, Boom, but the Buccaneers defense kept them in the game, and they did not break.
We're tied at 10 at the half. Now tied at 17 with 7 minutes to go. Mayfield. Chris Godwin. So Tom's receivers are there. 16-yard, 4th and 3. Chase McLaughlin. 57-yard field goal. It's indoors, but it's long, and it's good.
A stinger, Boom. Kept it underneath the wind.
Yep.
Nice little stinger.
Different club path. Mayfield's loving it. The Bucs lead 20-17. Under 5 to go. Cousins. Addison. Incomplete. Carlton Davis knocks it down. They were tenacious, I thought, the Bucs.
Really good break on the ball there by Carlton Davis.
And then under 4 minutes to go, 3rd and 10. Mayfield to Godwin. He also had a clutch, tough run that made a 3rd down conversion, did Mayfield. And the Minnesota Vikings, who were 11-0 in one-score games last year, well, it's another year. Not saying they're not going to win a ton of them, but they didn't win one on today. 20-17 Tampa Bay.
3 turnovers by Kirk Cousins hurt the Minnesota Vikings, but Baker Mayfield, the story of the game, clutch throws in clutch situations. He, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they were outstanding.
So upset by the Buccaneers. Titans, Saints. Well, Derek Carr, now the quarterback in the Superdome. Zach Bond. Now, why are we? Look at this. Zach Bond blocks a kick by Brian Stonehouse. You might, well, first of all, this is a great play. But why show this? Well, Steve Gleason, an inspiration to us all. ALS, but he understands your conversations. And the biggest play maybe in Saints history. Right after Katrina, the first game, he blocked the punt by Atlanta. It was the loudest I've ever heard a stadium. And he was in there to see another block punt. Yeah, God bless him.
How cool is that?
God bless him. Back to game. Ryan Tannehill for Chris Moore. Isaac Yiadom tips it to his teammate Marcus May. These teams for the defense had the upper hand in this game.
All day long.
Tannehill dropping back. Looking for DeAndre Hopkins, who caught a few. Paulson Adebo with the pick.
Yeah, not Tannehill's best day, Boom. Threw 3 interceptions. He never was on the same page with Hopkins.
Right. I saw the play again. Then Carr to Rashid Shaheed. Game's first touchdown, 16-9. If you get to 21, it's blackjack. Okay? Hit me. 3rd and 6. Titans have kicked 2 field goals, 16-15, 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 6. They're throwing. Carr slings it to Shaheed. They made 3 big 3rd down conversions, 2 by the air, because Mike Vrabel kicked the field goal. I didn't blame him at all. He had timeouts and everything else, but they never did get the stop, which they got all game. This is Jamal Williams up the middle, and it salts it.
Yes.
So, hit me. Nobody got blackjack, but the Saints got the win, 16-15.
And the Saints offensive line opened up a hole there on the last drive. A physical offensive line. Derek Carr was outstanding, and you start to see what they wanted in New Orleans. Consistency from the quarterback. They feel like they can win a lot of ball games in that division.
Well, they got a good defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a good defense. They held Henry to about 60 yards. Okay. Meanwhile, Seahawks, Geno Smith, what a story last year, and adding to it, went to the Rams last year. Well, that's Cooper Kupp on the sidelines. Bobby Wagner, back. He'll be a Hall of Famer back.
Absolutely.
For maybe a last hurrah with the Seahawks, the last link to the Legion of Boom. But Matthew Stafford is also back. Puka Nacua. Whatever happened to like Jim Smith, those names that I used to have. Kyron Williams will get the handoff, take it for a touch. It's a 16-play drive to open the game for the Rams. Bobby, Seahawks, we need the Legion of Boom. 7-3 LA. Kenneth Walker. Rookie year ago, opened some eyes. Seahawks moving down the field. Seahawks had 2 number 1 picks. One of them is Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And that's 10 yards of completion from Geno. And then to DK Metcalf. This is how it's supposed to look. 13-7 Seattle going into the half.
Yeah, really good route there by DK Metcalf and Geno Smith. One of the few times those two were on the same page today.
Matthew Stafford said, I like my young guy.
Yeah.
Passes to an open Nacua right here. First down Rams. 3rd and 8 at their own 48. Stafford. Tutu Atwell behind the defense. Seattle off. 44-yard pickup.
Matthew Stafford's elbow looks A-OK.
And that means A-OK for the Rams, because if he's doing that, then Williams can run it in the end zone, and they lead 14-13. Another field goal, 17-13. Stafford. Atwell. He caught 6 for $119 as Cooper Kupp is on IR for Sean McVay. Then, down at the 1, Cam Akers. That's called a trot into the end zone. Rams lead 2014. Seattle, 24-13. Seattle 3 and out. Rams on 3rd and 8. I guess we got to get used to Nacua, right?
Yeah, but what a catch. But a great throw, an even better catch. And the awareness near the sideline, catch it, get 2 feet down.
Look, the Rams have had, I'll tell you about what Nacua did in a minute. Aaron Donald, and I got to tell you, Mike Hoyt from Brown University combined on the sack. Oh, yeah.
Brown.
Yeah, we have a few.
Welcome to the big time.
Well, and Canadian, too. And the Rams win it 30-13. Nacua, 10 for 119. They have had some really good pass catchers in their history going back to the beginning of their years in L.A. 10 for 119, most by a Ram in his first career game in team history. Congratulations to that young man. Well, week 1, Booger, a lot of games. You could see not playing folks in the preseason, and 3 games rather than 4. Everybody used to play a half in the 3rd game, right? That doesn't happen anymore.
Everybody played a lot. You knocked the rust off, especially offensively. We know the defenses are always ahead, but they were so far ahead today because a lot of these quarterbacks didn't play in preseason because they didn't want to get hurt.
Yeah, but then there were a few that stood out, and certainly a lot of the defenses stood out. So game balls, who's yours week 1?
I'm going to a guy who I don't know if he played a lot in the preseason, but he was outstanding today. Christian McCaffrey, Boom, the tailback for the 49ers, 22 carries, 152 yards. He caught 3 passes for 17 yards, and it was the way he ran, the physicality. He's not Derrick Henry. He's not 240 pounds, but how he comes downhill the speed, the elusiveness, the footwork, the vision to find the hole and burst through the hole, and then the tenacity to get in the end zone. He was outstanding.
See, so on a defensive day, when the offense was good, you stand out. And I'm going to give it to Nick Chubb. He carried the Jim Brown flag 6th time in his career. Remember, Cleveland is usually not contending, right? He's run for over 100 against the Cincinnati Bengals, who have a very good and underrated defense. His hard running, coupled with the Cleveland Browns defense, is why, well, they humbled the Bengals, really, in the mist. Even though it's still summer, it looked like late November in that shot right there, and Cleveland won it big time against the Bengals. So, all right, 1 week, it's just about in the books. We've had some games, but it doesn't change much. Who are you picking for the Super Bowl, Booger?
Well, Boom, I'm going to be a prisoner of the moment, and I'm going to take the team that made a great statement, the 49ers, not because of what they did today, but it was a continuation with how they played last year, and now their quarterback is healthy. And I'm buying the Kool-Aid. Jets, Jets with Aaron Rodgers, 49ers and the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. Aaron Rodgers is playing for the Jets?
That's what I heard. I saw it in the wire.
I'm going to make a call because I didn't really hear this. Is that true? Well,
yeah, I heard. That's what I heard.
The AFC is loaded.
Yes.
Loaded with great quarterbacks,
Yes.
and Aaron, we're all looking forward to seeing what he can do. And, of course, it begins on Monday when we're doing this show. We haven't done that yet. Well, look, I think it would be cool just for history if we had a repeat team, especially with a great, soon-to-be Hall of Fame coach, Andy Reid, with a great, I don't know about Hall of Fame yet, but we think so, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't had a repeat team to the Super Bowl in 2 decades since Tom and Bill did it in 03 and 04 with New England. So the Chiefs could do it. But, going back to earlier in my career, 12 straight years I made this pick. 7 straight years, one of the 2 of them made it to the playoffs, made it to the Super Bowl, but they never played each other. I'm back at it, Boog. Deja vu all over again. Buffalo against San Francisco. Don't ask me to pick between the 2 of them if they get in there. They say the window's closing. I've read this on the Bills. Did Josh Allen turn 45?
No.
Did I miss that?
No.
I mean, look, Buffalo and San Francisco.
I like it.
It's like your favorite jacket. If it still looks good, put it on.
Just fits nicely.
Put it on. I don't know if it fits the way it did, but at any rate. So that was the Super Bowl picks for the record. Now, we welcome back to primetime, and we're going to be at it a lot this year. But our man Scott Van Pelt in the big chair on Monday night, but also Sunday night highlights, Dallas at the G-Men. Scotty, welcome back to primetime.
Boomer, thanks, but I think the proper pronunciation is
the G-Men.
Right? They're welcoming Dallas to MetLife on Sunday night, and this game was all road team. We're scoreless. Early in this one, Graham Gano trying to put the Giants on the board. Wanye Thomas with a block. Noah Igbenogany with the scoop. He's got a convoy down the sideline, and the Cowboys take the lead 6-0. Another look at the block. Thomas leaps right through the line. Dallas would miss the extra point, but that was fine because they didn't need the 1 point because the Giants didn't score any. Here, Micah Parsons in the backfield, sacking Jones. Next Giants possession, it's 9-0, 3rd and 19. Looking for a little dump off to Saquon. Trayvon Diggs sitting on that. Helmet on the ball, pops into the air. Deron Bland's got that. So they blocked a field goal and scored. Now they've scored on a pick 6. They're the 3rd team in NFL history to do that in the first quarter of the season. The Bears did it twice. It's 16-0. Jones in trouble. The good news for the Giants, we had all kinds of time, but they didn't make great use of it. Looking for Darren Waller here. Jones is picked by Stephon Gilmore, who gets his hands underneath it. Jones has got 2 interceptions before he's recorded a passing yard.
Not very good.
19-0. Tony Pollard patiently waits, finds the seam. He's into the end zone. 26-0. Later in the quarter, same score. Jones is going to get sacked again. Osa Odigizua. They've got 4 sacks in the half. Giant fans, they're a reasonable, patient bunch. How are we doing on a Sunday night, huh? I mean, they're not wrong. Pollard, again, 33-0. It's 40-0. Fourth quarter, Jones, who why he was out there, I have no idea. Isaiah Hodgins has it, poked away by Diggs. Diggs gonna hand the ball off. A rainy night. Picture tells that story. No, not you, that guy. That's his son, Aiden. That's my dad. That's pretty cool. Cowboys, huge, 40-0. They get New York's Jets in their home opener next week. The Giants take a deep breath, hit the flush button, and hit the road to take on Arizona. But quite an opening statement by the Dallas Cowboys over a division rival, Boom, on a Sunday night.
Well, thank you, everybody. It is good to be back in the saddle for all of us watching football, watching NFL football.
Glad to be here, Boom. What an outstanding week one.
You know what? You want to do it again next week?
Yeah, I'll check my schedule.
Well, you already told me Aaron Rodgers is playing with the Jets.
Yeah.
You're on to something.
Let's do it.
For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching week one of NFL Primetime. See you next week.